Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? I'm going to talk about people and their opinions of how you should be living your life, what you should be doing, their expectations, certain kinds of things. I deal with these things a lot. I think other people also probably deal with them a lot too. So, kind of like, you know, people have opinions of, they'll tell you like what they think you should be doing and stuff. They might know a little bit about your life or what you're doing or what your situation is, and then they will say, oh, you should do this, or like, they they have like an opinion about what you should be doing and stuff. And it can almost feel a little controlling in a sense, sometimes, because it's like, they can be kind of like aggressive about the way that they try to tell you what you should be doing and stuff. Like they don't approve of, whatever you're doing isn't enough. It's not, like, why are you doing that? Or, just, whatever that is they're thinking about of how they see, your potential, or what, whatever it is, they have to assert their opinion about what it is you should be doing with your life, what they think. And, I think about this a lot too, because I kind of like, it's, when you think about it, when you get a little bit deep about it, it's a little, there is some certain psychological things about it I think are interesting, maybe a little creepy, but also like, a lot of people, I notice that people that do this a lot, like sometimes I kind of wonder, I'm like, wow, for someone to go, so, because I really don't actually do this to people very much. When people do it to me, I'm like, it makes me think, because I don't really go around telling people what I think that they should be doing, or I'm not really even thinking about it, right? I let people live their lives and do what they want, make their own choices. I'm not them. I don't know what makes them happy, or what they're trying to do, or what kind of, what I, think that they should be doing. I'm not going around like doing that. So when people do it to me, I kind of think about like, that's interesting, like, because that creates, probably, if someone's able to like focus and think about somebody that much to get to the point of thinking about what they think that they should be doing with their life, like that's a really good way to escape thinking about your own life, if you think about it. Like that's because we should be kind of focusing on our own self, but like if you can go that deep into looking at somebody and trying to think about what they should be doing and telling them what, you're really like focusing a lot on another person in their life. So to go to that part of your brain, to that level of focusing on somebody else, that's you're not thinking about yourself at all at that point. You're really like, focused in on that other person. You're very externalized. So that's that's kind of interesting, right? Like that's, I think about, I'm like, because and I know a lot of people, the people that might do that, they might not really know what they're doing with their life, or they might not know themselves enough. They might just be really good at just focusing on other people and looking around and thinking about what other people should be doing with their lives and judging them and having opinions and things about them. And so they really do that all the time. Like they really don't, because they don't know how to really like look inside themselves and stuff. They really are just so externally focused on what everybody else is doing and what they see that they're doing wrong, or why are they doing this, or why, it doesn't make sense in their brain. That, because it's like, like with me and stuff too, it could look to somebody like, why is he doing that? Why is he, why doesn't he do this, or why, but really it's like, you don't know what makes me happy and what, like, and if I just give in to what you tell me, that you see what I should be doing, then that's kind of like, I'm just, I'm just letting their opinion of how they think what would bring me happiness or make me, be normal or find success or something in some kind of way that, in the way that they see it. So they would kind of like, look at it like that, and it would just be like it's kind of like, you don't know, like it's like if I just give in to that, I would that might not make me happy, right? Like it's like I'm the only one that knows what's going to make me happy or what I want to do. And I might, it might look like maybe I should do a certain kind of thing, but maybe what brings me happiness is creating things and doing, maybe you don't see that I should be doing that and you don't understand it, but maybe it brings me, I'm passionate about it, and I feel, it's like that kind of thing, to where it's like, it might not look a certain way, but it can bring like a little bit, it's like, oh, that stirs something in my soul, So yeah, and whether or not, like, that's where you get into where it's like people might misunderstand, right? They might be like, oh, this, why is he doing this, but it's like, that's kind of a, yeah, like you don't know, like and so same for me, like if I would look at somebody, oh, like, why don't you do this? I don't know what, that might not be what, what brings them, that stirs their soul and stuff. That might, it's on each person to find out what really like gets them going and stuff, and creates that kind of a stir within their soul. So yeah, so I was thinking about this kind of a passion, that people have, and so, like, you have to like, and even with like approval and stuff and validation, like, I'm not going to try to ask before I do something. I'm not going to try to like ask for permission or get somebody's approval or opinion of what I'm doing before I do something first. Like, I know what brings me the passion in inside of me, and what stirs my soul. So I'm not going to like try to get approval first, to see if it's okay, that I should be doing this. So same with other people. I've noticed, like, sometimes people will try to get my validation of what they're doing or what kind of job they're doing, or like to try to get my approval for what, the things that they're planning on doing. And it's like, I don't, I really don't, like, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But like, you shouldn't be trying to get my validation or approval for it, because I don't, but people, that's the whole thing where like they're not sure, they want to get like some validation and stuff. So anyways, yeah, like, just kind of a fascinating, thought that I had, and I don't know if it was very succinct and coherent enough, but it's something that I wanted to try to express and get out. And so, what do you guys think? Is there any way you could anyone really like comment on something? It's kind of deep, right? But if it makes sense, maybe it can create some kind of something inside of somebody where it makes sense. So yeah. Anyways, guys, have a good day. Thanks. Talk to you soon.